Hello and welcome back to Uplift Lifestyle Podcast. I am sitting here today with Michael Edwards. It is our second time doing a collaborative podcast where the conversation goes on both of our platforms. The last time we did this, what was it? It was like February, I think. I was just about to head on a trip. It was February. We spiraled into the field and beyond. Like we were the field. We became the field, and that's the frequency we're speaking on today. I feel like that point in February initiated so much for each of us and for our audience and everyone listening. So if you're catching this conversation right now, buckle up, giddy up, get fucking ready because we are about to drop some codes. Michael, say hello. Here we are. Let's do this.
Hello, everyone. So excited to be here. Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? I feel like February was really a planting seeds time for me as well, just as you said. And there's so much going on around that time, but I feel like there was this deepening for me for sure. There was like this deepening into the work. There was like this like deepening of commitment to my spiritual path and just all of these um things that I wanted to experience. And I feel like reality just like shifted and upgraded all around me, you know? So it's so cool to be here with you again in the summer where it's like we're on a totally different timeline, it feels like.
Summer is, and it's so like, I think we're both in this. Like, before we start hit record, I was talking about my wedding, my dream weddings, like literally manifesting within the month. We're getting legally married on the Lionsgate portal in 2 days, and we're having our beautiful ceremony, like dream ceremony in Greece, in Tinos, Greece. And Michael is showing me his brand new, gorgeous penthouse apartment. Like, we're in it, we're living it, we're thriving. And we were thriving in February as well, but the amount of like new things that have manifested in just a few months, it's like such summer energy. It's like we're receiving all the live one day. Like we
Mm.
are the field. We are it. We are it. We are it. We are it. So let's just dive right in here. We're going potent. We're going quick. Michael, what's your work right now? What's your focus right now? Like how are you moving through each day to be the highest frequency of self?
Well, it's interesting what you said about summer and receiving because I've so deepened into peace and joy as my way of being. And I completely uncompromising in the willingness to live from that frequency. And I think what I see in my own journey and I often see in people is this in our personal world, we can get there. It's like, okay, yes, I can have my hour or two in the morning and like get to this peaceful place through meditation or whatever. But then when I go to do work or then when I go to do business or then when I go to live this part of my life, I like reach for the old playbook. Like I reach for what's familiar. And I've just been really feeling the vibration of everything. Like, yes, I know how to market this way, or yes, I know how to do an offer this way, but is that in alignment with my peace and my highest truth? And if the answer is no, then I don't do it. And it's funny because I talk about this with people sometimes. They're like, but well, how do you know like it's going to work? Or how do you know that something's going to come in? Or how do you know that, your business is going to keep going? And I'm like, I just trust. And I know that as I become, pure expression of who I am, that those opportunities and cooperative components just have to continue to organize in the field. And it just keeps happening. It's so beautiful and it's so magical. But I think it's this willingness to live above fear and not go back to what I know or not go back to what's familiar or not. It's almost like feels like almost like gaslight myself into being like, well, no, you have to do it this way because this is how marketing is or this is how business is. I'm going to live from this frequency only and nothing below. So I think that's like my new baseline.
Period. So what you're describing, I've been channeling on a lot as well, and it's so funny. Like I just got the hit. I was like, Michael, we gotta get on. We gotta chat because
I know.
we're on the field. We're in the field. We are the field. Like I used to be like, oh, I'm in the field. I'm in the field. No, it's like I am the field. I am God. I
Yeah.
am creation. I am the field. But there's this upgrade that occurs, and what you're describing, it really sounds like, and I've been channeling on this a lot. Like manipulating energy is not it. It's not about manipulating energy, right? It's not, I do this and I get that. I market this way, I do that. I offer this, I get that. It's not about manipulating the energy. When you're a really powerful manifester, like you are listening, like we are, we can get like that reward system, that we can get that ego hit when we manifest something through strategy because we're fucking powerful and we can do it that way. But that's not the most powerful way. That's not the purest, cleanest frequency. That's not God in human form. That's not the universal consciousness that you are here to be. That's not divinity. That's a manipulation of energy. And yeah, you can manifest some stuff that way and you will, but there's this new level. And if you're a new paradigm leader, and if you are a channel, if you are a healer, if you are a speaker, if you are someone who's building a new earth like Michael and I are, it won't work for you anymore to manipulate energy. And that's why we're seeing people fall off.
Yes.
Manipulating energy does not work when you are building a new earth, because the new earth cannot exist from a manipulative energy. It can't be a tick for tat. It can't be a energy exchange. It can't be a I do this, I get that. It has to be clean, field, frequency, trust. Like literally yesterday, I was on my lawn chair sunbathing, and it was like, text Michael, drop in. I haven't seen you on social media. I don't know anything about you right now, but
I know.
we haven't talked in months.
I've been hermited.
We've been heard. Okay, that makes sense. You're in your two line. I haven't heard from you. I haven't talked to you. Nothing. But I got that strong pull, and it was like, okay, someone out there needs this conversation. I am God in human form. I'm going with this. There's no strategy involved. It's just boom, boom, boom. There's no manipulating of the energy. I don't know about you, Michael, but I've actually stopped calling my life's work a business. I'm allergic to calling it a business. It's my life's work, period. It's my life's work. It's my
Yeah.
life's work. I can't even engage with that. So people will have me on the podcast, oh, business growth, whatever. I'm like, my life's work, my life's work. It's not that I don't understand when people are calling it a business, they're doing their thing, but like we're in such a pure, clean energy. We're channeling divinity. We are divinity. I'm not, you can't engage with any manipulation of energy anymore. It will not work. It will not serve you. It will not serve the collective. And therefore, based on human evolution, it will become extinct. It will become extinct. So it's pure, clean, clear frequency only.
Yeah, I mean it is so funny. Of course, but of course we're on the same wavelength. Like this has been my whole obsession recently as well. And you're so right about the manipulation, right? It can't be transactional. And I think where a lot of people get confused is because we may learn that as like a doorway into this work or into this world. But I find what happens is there comes a point where it's like I see it in my clients. It's like their soul is saying no more. I don't want it anymore that way. But then their mind and then their day to day, they're like reaching for the old tools. And that's why it doesn't, that's part of why the manipulation doesn't work anymore. Cause it's like you've already cast that higher desire. A part of you has already got your foot in that next octave, that next frequency expression of who you are, and has declared, I want to live from spirit. I want to live from soul. I want to live from, and then we go, oh, I'm scared. Let me go back to manipulation. But it's like, no, no, no. You already declared something else. You already like planted this seed of a higher desire. So that what was something that was a step up for you before, to use those words,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
is no longer in service of the new desire that your heart has planted in the field. So it's actually our own creation that is saying I won't do this anymore. But then I think for a lot of us it's like really getting to this point, and I'd be interested to know your experience. I mean, I know you're such someone that's so willing to dive in, which I admire about you so much. But I think that's where people sometimes create a lot of pain for themselves, is the going back and forth with like it's like, can I, or is it the fear comes in and then they're like, let me just manipulate a little bit, because if I don't check on it, and I don't get a little bit of control, I don't know that it's gonna come, and I don't know that it's gonna be what I want. But we can't live like that anymore. Life, spirit, divine source, God is calling us higher. And the question is, will you heed the call?
yeah. Oh, yes. So what you're describing there with that checking in, that energy, right? So we're always initiating ourselves. If you're listening to this conversation, you're someone who's constantly initiating yourself. You're here for the work. You're here for the more. Most people are stuck in the phoenix rising. Most people are stuck in the struggle of initiating themselves and then being in scarcity.
Mm,
You're already good. If you're sitting here or walking or driving or at the gym listening to this conversation, you're fucking good. Like, look around your life. You have enough. You are enough. You're good. But most people will initiate to the next thing. I want the multi-millions now. I want the billions now. I want the dream house, even though I just got my first home. I want the next. I want whatever. I do this all the time too. You want the next thing. It's part of the initiation. It's part of living out your soul's timeline, right? And receiving your soul's inheritance. It's part of it. But where most people go wrong and where I went wrong for a long time was I'd initiate myself and then I would fall into the illusion of separation and the illusion of lack and scarcity of it's not here yet without noticing, oh, but look at everything I already have. So
Yeah.
what I like to do with my clients is I bring them from, instead of, people want to quantum leap from lack and scarcity to overflow, but
Yeah.
that's vibrationally and based on the laws,
There's too much of a gap. Yeah.
it's not possible.
Yeah.
You have to go from immediately the noticing the scarcity, transmuting it, getting into enoughness. From enoughness, if you're truly in enoughness, and I want to talk about this with you, Michael, because I think we're both in that field this summer of just like peace, joy. This is as good as it's going to get. We don't give a fuck. We don't even need more or want more because we're just thriving in that field of enoughness. If you're actually in the field of enoughness, you won't be desiring more, but the more will just come. You won't even want
Yes.
it, but it
This
will come.
this is the key. This is the
Oh,
key.
yeah, let's go
And
there.
so, yeah, okay. So it's really interesting that you brought that up because I so when I a couple of years ago when I graduated from my hypnotherapy training, which was amazing, I did so much inner work. Right, I was on this whole journey of healing, of self love, and I manifested a session with Marissa Peer, which was amazing. And so I was glowing from the inside out. I just my whole vibration was like, I am love, I am enough. That's it. And I walked through life manifesting the most ridiculous things, probably like $100,000 worth of things that year. I got like free rent, like all these things that you just like wouldn't think.
Mm,
Life was ridiculous, and I remember actually at one point crying because I wasn't ready, quite ready yet for all the things, and at first I was like, oh, I can manifest like whatever I think comes into my reality, and then I was like, starting to realize I was like, I don't think reality is real. And I cried because I was afraid because it was just such a departure from what I had always lived. But at
yeah.
that time, I was an unconscious competent. I didn't understand what it was that was working. I didn't understand the laws. I didn't understand the mechanics. And so at one point, when I went on the journey of how do I grow my business as one does, um, I found all these other things and a lot of manifestation in the frequency of what you're talking about, the manipulation of energy. And the
Yeah.
more I tried to manifest and the more I did these manipulative tools, the more all the magic went away in my life. And it like really, really went away. And
Yeah.
as I've been studying the laws and becoming a conscious competent and more than that, just letting go of what I see and what other people say is supposed to be the thing and really coming back to my channel. Really, I really made this decision this last winter of I am here to be in service of spirit. Like it doesn't matter what I think is right for me. It's like where is spirit sending me and truly living that. And it's brought me back to this place. Like, I feel like one of the most important things I'm here to do is help people love themselves more and be more love and just live as authentically who they are. And as I become more of that without trying to manifest, without trying to manipulate the field, I've moved back into this place where it's like, I mean, it's force versus power. If you're familiar with the Hawkins scale of consciousness, it's like there's no force necessary because everything just organizes for you and it's so beautiful, but there's no part of me that's like, oh, I really need that next thing. And I see exactly what you're saying all the time, like you just got what you asked for and now you're unhappy again because you want something else, and that's the trap. And I think to
Mm,
what you're saying about, these subtle shifts in vibration, I think it's also like as we really mature, it's about recognizing that all of those things are inside of us all the time. It's like no house is going to make you feel rich, no relationship is going to make you feel like love yourself more. It's up to you to create that and to live that every day. Um and I'll tell you actually, I know I had this telling moment I had this marketing agency and, they said all the right things initially when I was hiring them. They were like, we're going to really honor your voice and listen to you and whatever. And then when we got into it, it was a lot of like them just kind of hacking the algorithm and telling me to say whatever they thought the algorithm wanted, which was not in alignment. And we started to butt heads. And I had this call with them and the CEO said to me, why don't you just listen to us? Like your life could be totally different in a year. And I was like, my life already is different. I have found this thing inside of me that is like winning the lottery. It's the
Yeah.
treasure of life. It's everything. If people could feel what I feel and experience life the way I experience it, the world would be different. Like, what are you talking about? I don't need a million followers or whatever to feel this. Like, I'm so wealthy. My wealth is my way of being. And it was interesting because like the contrast of saying that to him in that moment, like it did something. It went deeper into my body.
Yeah, it
And
would.
that, right? And that, yeah, because you're like, no, I'm not going to go that way. And
That's a
it's just,
huge reclamation of power in that moment. And to say it particularly, it's about so much more than that moment, right?
yeah.
Wow, carry on, carry on. That was amazing.
No, and that was and it was just but it was that reclamation of power and that feeling just hasn't left me. And it's I
Mhm.
create that's where I'm creating from. That's why all of these beautiful things continue to come and happen. There is no looking at lack. It's like, oh my God, life is so beautiful. And also playing in all the possibilities of what could be, but not from a place of like, I need it, I have to have it, it's not enough, any of that. It's just, I don't know, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to live this way, and I think it's what we're really looking for.
I think that's why I knew I needed to talk to you and message you yesterday, and here we are today, because that being the field, that's at least the language I'm calling it. It's like I feel as though I am the field, meaning I don't need anything. I'm not manifesting outside. I'm not magnetizing toward. I just am. And it's that like the consciousness of I am. And the peace, like when you mentioned the word peace, I realized over the last month, because in the last month I've felt so like I literally feel peace. Like I'm just like you said, you've won the lottery. You're just like, it feels,
Yeah.
and I say this to my clients all the time. We affirm it feels good to be me. It feels good to be me. It's like that all day. Like, oh, I exist. Like I'm here. But I realized like a month ago, I was like, I don't think I've ever felt peace before because I've never felt this. Like this is a feeling I want to have for the rest of my fucking life. And it's just feeling, there's so many words for it. It's authenticity, it's power, it's pure, it's clear, it's unwavering as well. And there's so when you initiate yourself to this level of peace as well, there's so many opportunities for you to reclaim power. There's so many opportunities for you to be like, oh, no, 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 this is who I am. And you just described a perfect example talking to the marketing agency. But I see it every day. There's no days off. It's 24/7, no days off. And this is why if you choose this pure frequency, not everyone's going to choose it because it is a 24/7, no days off. You are
Yes.
it's constant, no days off of attunement, of calibration, and not just calibrating. Again, I think that a lot of people are, and if you're listening to this, I'm calling you out. And I've been there. I've been there. Okay. I know you are listening. I know you're real because I've been there. And
Same.
I'm calling you out if you're listening, going, oh, if I do this, then I'm going to be the multimillionaire. If I do this, then I'm going to be the billionaire. If I do this, then I'm going to attract what I want to attract. If I do this, then I'll get famous. If you're still manipulating the energy, you've missed the point. This conversation is not for you. I'm sorry. Or you need to listen harder because it's not a matter of being the field to manifest. It's a matter of being the field because once you actually are the field, you don't even care about like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I don't even care. And it's a little scary. My ego's like, oh no, but we do
I
care.
know
Like,
yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you
like I'm
mean.
I'm crying, laughing over here because it's like my whole like adult life has been about like focused manifestation. And it's worked. It's gotten me to great levels in my life and it's been incredible. But this new level that I'm on to lead the new paradigm in the way that I'm here to lead, it's from a very different frequency. It's from a very different way of being. And it is literally just existing and breathing and existing and being. And God, literally, I believe I am God. So I, God, we, you are God, we are God, puts it into your plate. It literally, here you go, here you go. But that will not happen if you are still trying to manifest from manipulation, from forcing, from trying, from just I do this, I get that. Like that's not
Yeah.
it. Don't be listening to this conversation because you want to get to your next level or get your next thing. Listen to this conversation because you know that you already are it, because you get to feel this inherent sense of security within self, this inherent sense of I'm so good. Like I feel
Yeah.
so the best I've ever been. I'm at my best, no matter what is going on in the hologram. When you are the field and you feel that, I promise you, I can't even keep track of the money I'm making. I can't even keep track of the blessings that are coming. I can't keep track of the clients. I can't keep track of the opportunities. I can't, because it's just so many now. And
Yeah.
and I
Same.
feel it's like, and I don't care. It's like
Yeah.
I'm here to do my life's work. And if that matches my life's work, floodgates are wide open. And there's just, and I'm sure you can resonate with this. And let's just talk about this now because I want people to access the field just by us talking about how fucking good it is.
Yeah.
There's no urgency. I used to live with a constant state of urgency. There's something I should be doing to grow. There's something I should be doing for my next level. There's always here, this here, like urgency, urgency. I can't, I have no urgency. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't, the only thing and it might feel like urgency when I'm like, hey, yo, let's have a quick conversation. But it's like, that's just like a godsend of like, have this conversation with Michael. Okay, great. I'm doing that. It's like, if I do take action, it's from the purest, cleanest place. And most of my life right now is non action. So I get this old pattern of like, you should reach out to that person. You should post that. You should be sending that email. You should be doing this. You should be contacting that person. I get those thoughts, and I have to really attune with a very fine tooth comb, very refined level of precision. Who is asking me to do that? Is it
Yeah.
my fragmented ego or is it my purest, highest divinity? And if I have to ask myself, it's not the purest, highest. So I
Totally.
don't do it. I'm just like, there's so much non action, so much non
Yeah.
action right now.
Like same. Everything you just described is so I love that we connected right now, but
Me too.
it is absolutely like the same thing with me. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier about like when I go to like I'll have this feeling of like, oh, you said you were gonna launch that, you know, time's running out, like you need to do this like high pressure launch thing. And then I'm like, well, no. We don't, what's that vibration? It's fear, it's lack, it's the feeling of I need to control. It's like that's not what we're here for. We're here for receiving. And same, it's so interesting that you talk about the clients and the payments because as I've had this same transition, it's been like I used to be so in like tracking of everything that was going on, and now I'm just like I don't even know. I can't remember why I opened Stripe last night for something, and I saw there's like payouts like every day this week, and I was like, oh, that's great, but I didn't even know, you know, where I used to be like,
Totally.
where's the money and like where's it going, and I'm like, I don't know where it's just gonna come, of course.
It's
But
so
that's of course
fair.
that's one of the universal laws and the beliefs, right? Money is infinite, so we're actually stepping into a higher level of belief and trust with that. Um, I want to go back to what you're saying though, because I think this can be a really painful and scary time for people. Like when you say, just let go of the desire for the thing.
Mm.
And like if you're listening and that's you, but you're like, but I need it, but like I literally need it. I need the money, or I feel like I need this success, or I need this client, or I need this business to work. This is the thing, like this is where courage comes in because everything that you're creating from that place is based in the vibration of fear, which
Yeah.
is destructive. It is not cooperative in manifestation, and it's literally destructive to our health, to our vitality, to our way of being. And this is where it really takes courage and a leap of faith to go, I will not live above this. And you can look at it like this. I also believe what Haley's saying about God. And so if you believe that you, as part of God, the universe, are everything and are loved, is it possible for you to be fully expressed as a soul? Is it possible for you to be fully, purely, divinely expressed as who you are in this human experience and not be thriving?
Mm.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not possible for you to be fully expressed and not be thriving. That's why spiritual law has said forever abundance is your birthright because you expressed is abundant. And this is the thing, it may not be exactly what your ego wants or what your ego thinks that you want, but it will be better because it's your life, it's your soul's truth, it's for you. So letting go of the fear, letting go of what you think you need to have and saying like, I will be me. I will be peace. I will be love. I will be joy. I will be all that I am and live the most beautiful life, not needing life to show me what I think is beautiful first, but choosing because this is who I am and this is who I choose to be. It will change your life. It will change everything. And that's the power. The power isn't I go and get this thing and then I'm powerful. The power is I remember that I can choose in every moment. I remember my power to create. I remember who I am in every now. And that's being God. That's when you remember that you're the creator.
And what we've, yes, 100% yes. And what we've been talking about too, in this sense of like, I've won the lottery. I'm alive. Like
Yeah.
I am alive. Like I'm here. And many people who know my story, they know of my near death experience that I had last year. But you don't need a near death experience to be like, oh my God, I'm alive. Like I can't tell you how good it feels. Every morning I wake up and I'm just like, thank you, God, for my life. Like I'm so happy to be here. And it's that, and I don't know what came first, if it was the near death and then this or what, but like that feeling of every moment of every day. And I was just on another podcast interview before this talking about an example I shared in a masterclass I just recorded. And it was, I was on my way to the cottage last week. And in Canada, cottage country, it's like you're in line, it's a whole thing, it takes a while. And it's very easy to slip into like the mundane, moving through the motions. This is just another thing to do. And I really just kind of got hyper aware of everyone in line rushing to get to the cottage to feel peace, to relax, rushing through the pumping the gas and all the mundane. And there was so much stress in the environment. And I caught myself also feeling like, oh, I'm just going to pump, not stress, because I haven't experienced stress in years, but it's more of like, I caught myself almost like this is just another thing to do to get to where I want to go. And it was like a manipulation of energy, even just like I'm getting this gas to go here. And it's like, I stopped myself. It was like that very refined moment of this is the best. Like I'm here, the sun is shining, I'm pumping gas in my gorgeous car, I'm alive, I'm on my way to the cottage, like and this instantaneous shift. And I always say, when you're in this frequency, the hologram adjusts instantly. It adjusts
Yes.
instantly. So the hologram instantly adjusted. So I had that internal moment. I reclaimed power from the mundane. I wasn't uncomfortable. I wasn't like, oh, I have to pump gas. I was just like, man, this is
Yeah.
whatever. But that's not it for me. What's it for me is like every moment of every day being like, I'm fucking alive. Like that's my magic right now. That's what feels good for me. So I like a pinprick.
But that's living it. That's living it.
That's it.
There's no like we do it in the morning or we do it during manifestation time
Oh,
and then the rest of the day we live the other way. That's not
exactly.
it. It's the
Oh, that's
like, no, I choose this all the time. And if I do slip a little bit, then I bring myself back and I prioritize that. I don't go into because I feel like the more if you do get a little bit out of that, the more out you are, the more your mind is like, you need to do things. You don't have time for that. Instead of being like, no,
totally.
we come back to peace no matter what.
It's a 24/7, like we said, no days off, 24/7 calibration and attunement and refinement. And being the field means you are the field. It's not
Yeah.
accessing. That's why I've shifted my language from being in the field to
Yeah.
be in the field. And it really changed a lot for me of like this constant, just I am the field. So even in that subtle moment of like, this is just a boring Monday task, shifting it to I'm pumping gas. I'm alive. The sun is shining. I'm on my way to the cottage and just getting in that frequency of like, and then I'm just standing there, I'm smiling, and everyone now is starting to shift vibration and we're all smiling. And it's like, ooh. And it's just like that. And like being in that energy of this moment right here, this is it. Like, I don't care what you're doing, brushing your teeth, having a shower. walking your dog. You could be doing something mundane. You could be filing your taxes. I don't give a fuck what you're
Yeah,
doing. That is it. If you can't be at peace, in joy, feeling that sense of like, ah, yes. If you're not feeling that, then you're never going to fucking feel it. And until you can realize that, like, the hologram will not adjust for you until you get into that field of this is as good as it's going to get. And I'm so fucking grateful right here, right now, whatever it is, right in the house that you think you've outgrown, in the relationship that's hard, and whatever it is, looking at your bank account when you wish it was higher, if you can't be in just like, yes, this is it, then the this is as good as it gonna get cannot and will not shift to the better it gets, the better it gets. It's like you are it. And that's why, like you said, the spiritual teachings forevermore have said you have it all within you. Because basically they're saying you are God, you are the
yeah,
universe, you are it. And I always am saying to my clients, and now I'm like, whoa, I like live this now. I used to like, it's like that shift from knowing to integration and holding it. And
totally.
holding it, like that's a whole other conversation. Like staying in it, staying power, holding it, that's like, that's it. But like you, your desire doesn't exist without you. Whatever you think you want cannot and will not exist without you. So if you're constantly escaping self, abandoning self, seeking outside self, you're not going to have it because you're operating from the illusion of separation versus I am it. And therefore, my desires must manifest. And so I can just be at peace and chill the fuck out and do whatever the hell I want to today. And maybe that is moving the needle by taking action, but maybe it's literally just being and breathing and existing. And when you're in that frequency of I am it, all that you desire matches that frequency and it literally just lands. And that's when you start to feel the feeling of like, I can't keep up with all the blessings. I just can't
Yeah.
track them because it's nonstop 24/7 because you're nonstop 24/7 the field.
It's, do you find that it's a different relationship with desire though?
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't feel like I desire anything.
Yeah. This is, I think it's
Weird.
so I know it's so interesting, isn't it? And I've become really obsessed with the Hawkins scale of consciousness, which is outlined in a book called Force versus Power for anyone who hasn't seen it. But most people have seen this kind of scale of consciousness, but I've become nerding out on the research behind it. Because it takes all these things that I've kind of intuitively known and been working with for a long time, and it puts them in this map. And I'm like, oh, I love this. But one of the things that was really interesting to me is that desire is quite low frequency. It's below anger, it's below pride, and it's below the threshold from where we go from like downward negative momentum to upward positive momentum. And it's interesting because I don't think that desire in its purest form, like my soul drops this into my awareness and I go, wouldn't that be delicious? I don't think it's that. It's that desiring from lack, which is, I think, where so many people are, and so it was really interesting to me to see that on that spectrum and be like, but I still have desires in my when I'm in my highest truth, but it's this different thing. It's more like, oh, like this could be a possibility. And then it comes. There's not that like, because I think they talk about the predominant emotional state. Yeah, it's that craving,
Yeah.
right? And I know exactly what you're talking about. That's where we go into the
There's none of that anymore.
manipulating energy. So it is so interesting how your relationship with like things and desire change. But I love everything that you're saying about these everyday examples because that's what I'm living too, And I remember because I have a lot of background in hypnotherapy, so I love self-talk and I love like going to sleep and in the morning too. And I for the longest time would intentionally go as I was falling asleep, I'd be like, I love myself, I am love, I am the field, I am God, I am amazing, like I am beautiful. And now it is just automatic when I wake up in the morning and
Yeah.
you first become conscious, you're not fully awake yet. I hear
Yes.
my voice in my head and it's saying all
Yes.
these, and I just wake up with this sunshine in my heart and this smile
Yeah.
on my face before anything's happened. And it's so
Yeah.
beautiful. But I'm curious if you feel like this was the way you experienced it as well, that did you feel like you started living that way first
Hmm.
and then like the blessings started to compound?
Yeah. And I just want to like acknowledge what you said there about you used to consciously affirm and now you're affirming. And I think this is such a surrender to divinity, because I have this all the time where I'll just like drop to prayer and I'm like, who is doing that? Because like I'm not consciously like I'm gonna pray, but
Yeah.
I'm just in full surrender to the highest timeline, the highest expression and form of and function of me, that you just start automatic. It's this like, it's kind of funny to witness. You're just like, oh, I'm just doing this. Like, I'm just literally doing this. So that conscious, like the conscious work is necessary, but then you get to this field frequency that we're in, and it's all just happening. So it's the same thing with desire. I don't need to journal about it. I don't need to write about it. And I haven't in years. Like I've always said for years, if journaling helps you, great. But if it feels like it's another thing you have to do, don't do it. But like, I'm not sitting around journaling my desires. I No shame if you are, and that's a total stepping stone and it's great. But like my relationship with desire, and it's very similar to what you shared, Michael, and it's like I'll be just shown something and it'll be like I'll experience this like merging with it. It'll just be like, oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like that. Oh, there that is. That's coming in now. And then
Yeah, it's like,
it's like,
oh
yeah.
yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, and it's totally like that, like yeah, like imagining like a video game too or something, or like a movie. It's just like, oh, insert this person, but it's like you're seeing it before. Insert that character, insert that dream home, insert that dream opportunity. And you're just like, oh yeah, that's coming. Great, no problem. I'm not moving. Like I'm here, I'm good. I'm sitting here receiving. And it feels like there's still, it's not so much like when you describe that consciousness scale, does that, and we talked about this at the beginning of our conversation, like trying to manifest from lack will manifest you more lack. That's the law.
Yeah.
You can't manifest abundance and prosperity from lack. It's not possible. You can only manifest from enoughness, because your inherent enoughness, when you're in inherent enoughness, you literally know you are already it. You are so good. You are it. You are the dream. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the desire. You are like, the dream does not exist without you. The desire does not exist without you. The goal does not exist without you. You are it. And so long as we escape the enoughness and go back into, and that's why it's just like, just drop the struggle. Stop going back to the Phoenix rising. Stop going back to the trying. Stop going back to the manipulation of energy. What do I do to get that? And drop in to the field. That's my work 24/7. Be in the field,
Yeah.
be in the field. And then if a desire, an idea, let's say, or I'm shown something, I'm like, oh, cool, that will happen. And then there's no attachment to how or when, it's just, it will happen. And the things just like, it's wild. Like if I even think of like the money that came into my world just yesterday, that I was like, oh, like great. And just the amount of like, it's just like cool. But there's just no neediness. There's the
Yeah.
desire is not like, oh, I want to have, $100,000 month. It's just like you just are it, and then you have it. Like it's, I don't
Ta-
really know how to word it, but it's
I
just
know.
feels.
I know exactly what you mean. Talk to me about not going back into the Phoenix Rising struggle energy anymore. Tell me what you see with that pattern.
So I'm so present to this right now because I'm doing it every day for myself.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks, and everyone who's doing this work knows that 2 weeks is a fucking lifetime in this world.
Yeah. I agree.
Like 2 weeks, like I'm not out here like 2 weeks. Like anytime I drop in with a client once a week, I'm like, where are we at? It's like it's been years. I'm like, let's go. And I'm like, I know that there's going to be so many things to talk about. So the last 2 weeks, which feels like 2 to 10 years, I have not experienced deviation from the enoughness field, which has been so amazing. But the 2 weeks before that, I was initiating myself into the enoughness field. And so I was constantly getting opportunities to go back to the Phoenix rising all the
Mm,
time, all the time, all the time. Because when you initiate yourself, you put yourself in the void. You can either determine that the void is scarcity and lack, or you can decide that the void is the becoming. The void is,
yeah.
I don't have this yet. And who must I become? Oh, I am her. I am the field. Okay, boom, it drops. So it's so present for me, and I'm working on this every day with clients, and clients who are manifesting very different things, right? Everyone's on their own unique journey, but there there's this necessity. Like it's not even, oh, it could work. This is this is like necessary to be in the field of enoughness, to receive more and to not go back to this Phoenix rising. So many people, when they say, I want whatever, even if it's just, I want peace, right? It might not even be a tangible
Yeah.
desire. It might just be like, I just want to feel like freedom and peace. They've initiated a new way of living. They will then initiate all of the contrast where they get to reclaim power from. And all that field of contrast is every single time it's, call it a test, call it what you want, but it's this opportunity to either reclaim power from it and stay in power in the field of enoughness, or it's an opportunity to go back into the Phoenix rising, which is lack, not enoughness, lack, not enoughness. Now, most people Michael and I don't really speak to people who are just starting their spiritual journey. So I'd be surprised if you've caught this and that's where you are. But the Phoenix rising is like the start of your spiritual awakening. It's like, I want more and I get to have it versus like conditioning and programming, which you just a robot.
Y- yeah. I'll,
Good step. Like Phoenix Rising is a good step, but that is so not what we're here for. It's so old, you know?
yeah. I also see the Phoenix Rising as like, and I think we all go through this in a time where it's like we reclaim power, we come into our enoughness, and we manifest something incredible, and we step into it, and then we like it's almost like we don't know where to go from there, and then we go back and we recreate the experience of lack or scarcity or struggle in some way so that we can springboard off again. And a lot of people go in and out of that like again and again, and I think that it's so important to get to this place where it's like we're not doing that anymore. And I love that you're relating it to the field of enoughness, because that really is it. And I what I see is when people are there, one of the things that comes up can come up, and I see this in myself. I have to like really be on myself about this sometimes too, is not going into the fear of losing it, not letting that be something that creeps in. But that in and of itself is not enoughness. Because here's the thing, it's like if you're really enough, it doesn't like who cares if you lose the money? Who cares if you lose the house? Like who cares? It doesn't matter because you're still enough. It doesn't affect you. And money's infinite and your ability to create is infinite. And it's like your ability to be supported divinely by the universe because you are the universe is infinite. So like who
Yeah.
cares? Like who cares if some unpleasant, unexpected thing comes into your experience, because that can't
Mhm.
rattle that inner enoughness. But that's like a whole other, I feel like phase one is like, can I step into that? And then phase two is like, can I really hold that?
Well, and I feel like that's the conversation that we're having because those are the people listening. They're in that
Yeah, absolutely.
they have manifested these great things. And at least any of my clients, if you look into their life, you'd be like, I want their life,
Yeah.
a very high level way of existing. So it's you're in that, but then that the old Phoenix Rising struggle bus tries to creep in. Most people who, listen to this again, they're probably not listening to this podcast, but it's the people that they go from Phoenix Rising to the void, to the Phoenix Rising to the void. They can't hold the frequency. They can't be the field of enoughness of I am it long enough for blessings to land. So they
Yeah.
have the staying power. They don't have the courage. They don't have the faith. They don't have the power, and they go back to the struggle. And then they get this little beautiful, awesome flicker of inspiration that puts them back in the field, or sorry,
Yeah.
puts them back in the void. And if
Yeah.
they don't transmute that void into the field, they're just going to keep going back, and it's going to be Phoenix rising void forevermore. And we see this all the time. And again, if you're the type of person listening to this conversation, you're here, you are probably going, oh, I used to do that. And you're probably in this really like interesting in between moment, which is like, I see how I used to do that. I could see how that's trying to come in right now. And I'm not fucking available for it. Like it's that push pull. It's that like want it, burn it down, like need more. It's
Yeah.
that cycle that is so like starvation, neediness, extraction, ego, manipulative. And again, it's better than not having any like dreams for yourself, but it's also this like slave archetype and slave energy,
Yeah.
being a slave to something outside of you. Like, and I totally get this because I used to be like a slave to my dreams. I'd be like, I have to do this because the world is counting on me, and like I'm building a new paradigm. And like it was it's like, what the fuck? Like I literally giggle about it now, where I'm like, now I'm just like, yeah, I'll push, like, I'll move client to the next day. I'll be like, sorry, like, I need today, or like, I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, I am,
Yeah.
and like, nothing exists without me. Like, and I'm always saying this to my client, your book doesn't exist without you. Your business doesn't exist without you. Your children don't exist without you. You are fucking it. So, like, you are the source all the time. You must be in constant calibration to, what do I need in this moment? Okay, I'm going to self soothe. I'm going to give myself that. Okay, great. I'm back in the field. I'm in the field. I'm in the field. And then literally it's just stay in the field. There's no there's no lack, there's no separation. There's also no desire. You will just continue to get everything you want. And then I think the refinement that you and I are living in, Michael, that is why I really felt that intuitive hit to talk to you, is I don't know too many people right now in this. There's a lot of really high level friends, really high level collaborators that I have in my life that aren't in the fields of, they don't really have any more desires. They're just like, I'm good. And it's like kind of a disorienting place for my ego to be, because I'm so used to like wanting more and wanting what's next. And I've really built a life like helping people build and create next and new. And this interesting space to be in is just like, I'm good. And I know that all these things just are. It's like I can see them. It's like insert this character, insert this timeline, insert this baby, insert this new house. Like I can see it all, but it's not the same. There's not the
I've
same.
got to get there. I've got to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. It's just like,
Yeah.
and I guess for like a week, it was really disorienting for me, where I felt like, am I depressed? Am I lost? Because I was just like, I was just so like content. I was so peaceful. And like now I've really regulated it. And I'm like, no, not only is this safe, this is good and right. Like this is
Yeah.
good and right for me.
Yeah, this is so, first of all, I love that you shared this because I also have been in this and have had similar feelings. I'm like, I've literally been like, is something wrong with me? Like, there's nothing I really want. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm so used to desiring. Um, but I think like our nervous system and our mind is always wired to go back to what's familiar and what feels safe. And so it's so important, just as you said, that we normalize that for ourselves and then we regulate into that and we go, no, no, this is my resting state. This is my new normal. And that it doesn't have to be something that's unfamiliar or that you're afraid of, but it's good. It's good to feel good, you know?
That's the old addiction to that
Yeah.
whole struggle, right?
I need something outside myself. I need the next thing. I need the next thing. And it's like, I know exactly what you mean. And I feel the same. I can't fully articulate it either, but it's this feeling of like, I'm good. Like, I'm not desiring in that same way, but I'm also aware that there's all these things that are coming in and that I'm growing and that my practice is growing and that, it's like, I'm not giving up on the magic and the like exquisiteness of life. It's just,
Oh, well, and
it's like more so, but it's just, yeah.
it doesn't feel like, yeah, exactly. Like I even, like a personal example. So like a couple weeks ago, I was in Cartier and I was shopping for a wedding gift for Mitch, and then I was going to Prada shopping for myself, and I was like in the field doing these superficial desire based things, but it didn't feel like, I don't know, it didn't feel like it was like a desire. It just felt like I'm just doing this, just like I would
Yeah.
go eat breakfast, just like I would go and have a shower. Like it just felt like I'm just doing, I don't know how to put words to it, but it's like someone might look in and be like, oh, she's shopping designer because she needs that validation. Where it was just like, this is just the field I'm in, and this is what I like and what I prefer. And it just has that like clean, clear. And it's the same thing when you're giving or releasing. It's the same thing when it's coming. Like, even with clients, it's just like this field of just like, they just come, the right clients come to me. And then often I'm just giving my gifts for free. I'm just, here you go.
It's
And then
so interesting that you say that. Same. Like, oh my God. I'm so happy we had this conversation today.
you needed to
I'm,
have this.
absolutely. I appreciate you so much, by the way. Um, But I've had that experience as well. As like, I remember when I was so like, oh, if people come and they get my gifts, like they have to pay and it has to be like this. And I actually think that that's rooted in lack. I see that sometimes now in
Totally.
people as well, where they're like, has to be like this much. And I'm like I'm already wealthy. I'm already in overflow. Like I'm already good. And it's like, yes, I value my work. And especially if you're gonna come into like one of my main spaces, it's like
Totally.
the price is the price. But I'm the same. It's like, oh, if someone I meet needs some help or whatever, I'm so much more giving of that. I had a haircut with a different barber the other day because my barber was out of town, and I basically just gave her a session while I was there. And we pulled up her human design, and I was like, well, this is why this and this is happening, and like this is how you should make decisions. And it felt so good. And she was just lit up. She was like, oh my God, it was like a miracle that you came in today. And all that. I was like, oh, this feels so good, you know? And it's like, it's so interesting that you said that. And it's funny because it takes me back to talking about the manipulation and transactional nature. Like, I remember having it as like a conscious strategy to be like, well, if you want more money, like go be of service. So it's like we're kind of living that in a deeper way, I feel, but it's not coming from that place of like, oh, let me be of service so that maybe I can like
Yeah.
stimulate the universe. It's just like, oh, I just am. You know what I mean? I just
This is
am. Of course I have these gifts. Of course I'm sharing them with the world.
totally. And I've recently shifted it to, and I think it's a very like most people who are like undercharging or whatever, that could be a matter of like low self-worth, people pleasing, whatever. But then there's
Yeah.
also this other level of people who are like charging all this money and unwilling to serve and give unless that
Yeah.
transaction is in place. And that also feels really low self-worth to me. But then there's this field that you once enter, and it's just like, and I'm in this field of I get paid to exist because 24/7, no days off, I am doing the work on myself. I'm building a new life for the entire collective to rise, including myself at the very forefront. And so I get paid to exist. So there's no a number of clients, number of followers, number of impact. None of that will ever be able to pay me for who I am and how I live. So I get paid to exist, period. And this is my life's work, period. Yes, there are high paying clients that come through and pay for life's work, but there are also random people on the street that get the exact same quality of life's work, right? I might not be talking to them 5 days a week like I am with my
Yeah.
clients, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna gatekeep love. I just won't do
Oh
it.
my God.
So it's like I won't do it. And it's like
Yeah.
I do energy exchanges with, different estheticians that I work with. They may charge $200 an hour. I charge $1,000 an hour. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's like I want like it's a flow, and it's always from that. It's never from strategy. It's never from a manipulation of energy. It's just a
Yeah.
flow of like this feels so good, and then
Yeah.
you have the clients that are like this is what I pay you because I want to pay this, and I want the white glove service 5 days a week and whatever. And it's like you get that, you're gonna get that, but it's like I'm rich, period, I'm wealth, period, I'm good, period. And then this is my life's work, this is what I do in the world, like I'm shining my light everywhere I go,
I
period.
love it so much. There were some serious codes in there.
Oh my God, everything you share. And like we could go on forever. I know we need to kind of wrap this conversation up because
Wait,
it,
I want to ask you one more thing.
yeah.
I agree, but
So,
do you also find more and more that being of that service and sharing of your life's work and shining your light, as you're saying, is actually the most fulfilling thing of all?
yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I hosted a couple weeks ago, I was hosting a micro retreat where I make lots of money hosting retreats, right? And then I went to my nail appointment and I did a impromptu pro bono energy extraction on my esthetician because she just needed it. I could feel that she needed it. And I was in this overflow of, I've got you. So I got my treatments, I got my things done. And then I shifted gears into like lie down on the table. She has like a treatment room in her salon. And then I was like, and I did this, literally felt like the most powerful work I've ever done. It was like I was the power and the presence of God, and I was doing this insane. Like I felt like I was like 20 feet tall. I was just like raw, and it was like this massive energetic upgrade that just happened in a matter of 10 minutes for this person, where there's no exchange. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I'll get a, so, you know what I mean? It's none of that. It's just like that was coming through. She needed it. I was the vessel. I've got you because I'm good no matter what, because I'm constantly in enoughness. And I remember driving home that day going, whoa, that's what it feels like to be God. That's what it feels like to be the universe, where you have an infinite supply all the time. Doesn't mean you don't have boundaries, doesn't mean you don't have standards. If someone messages me, and it's not like I don't get messages all the time that I'm just like, nah, that's not it. But it's like that constant attunement of, is this a pure reciprocal share? Is this a pure, if it's not reciprocal, is this a pure giving, or is this
Mm,
receiving? And yeah, like that, the law of reciprocity is, it's not tied to individuals. It's not like a me and you reciprocity. It's a reciprocity with life. So if I
yeah.
if the giving feels pure, it will be reciprocal in some way. If the receiving is pure, it will be reciprocal in some way. And it's not, and I've had so many experiences of this. I got a very, very generous financial gift recently, and all this old stuff came up of, it was, it's like I felt like I needed to do something for the person then. I was like,
Mm,
I was dysregulated. I was like, whoa, I just got this multiple five-figure gift that I was not expecting from someone who loves me and appreciates me in their life. And it was this weird, like, they wouldn't have known that I was feeling weird, but I was like, my physiology was dysregulated because I was so used to, up until that point, this was back in June, which is years ago. It's like 2 months, it's a month ago, but still, it felt like years ago. And it was like, I had to really recognize where I've been exchanging, where I should just be in the energetics and the laws of reciprocity, which is simply, I give and so I receive reciprocally
yeah.
from the universe. It has nothing to do with, oh, our house cleaner's here. It has nothing, I just heard her comment. Speaking of receiving, my house cleaner has arrived. And I did tell Michael, I was like, we need your card early so that whatever. But yeah, it's a different field of being to just be like, oh, I just received this. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't just go for giving. That's what I'm trying to describe. It also goes for receiving. There cannot be attachments, there cannot be ties. It's not an exchange, it's a being the field, the power and the presence of God in human form. And there will be
Yeah.
benevolent receiving and benevolent giving. And it's never going to be an individual, this for that, tit for tat.
Yeah.
Reciprocity between individuals is an illusion of separation because we are not individuals, we are one as a
Yeah. Oof. Oof.
codes, codes.
Codes.
Yeah,
Just
let's
mic
go.
drop to this whole episode.
Oh my God, so many. Michael, I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll do this again. We'll do this more often because it's, I just feel like excited that I'm like finding those that are in the field with me. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
it feels different. Like, it's like, I'm not willing to have this type, like, it's just a certain conversation. I'm not willing to just go on any podcast right now. I'm not willing to have any conversation right now. I'm like, I'm in this field, and it's, if you're in the field with me, let's go. Like, it's not about sharing, it's not about, ooh, let's grow our podcast, let's get more
Yeah.
clients. It's, I want to have this conversation with you, and I know that those listening need this, period.
100%.
And that's how it feels. And you're incredible. You've shared so many codes. It's resonant. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you.
You too. Thank you so much for reaching out. And this is, yeah, so beautiful. I feel like I've got to go back and listen to this episode, or maybe I don't even because I've already got it, but I'm definitely going to sit with all the things I just received. That's that. That's it.
Just receive it. Receive it all. It's
Mm.
so good. I love you and thank you for listening. Thank you for being with us in the field, and stay in proximity. Be in the field. Stay in proximity. Be in the field. I love you. Mwah.
Yeah. Sending you all so much love and bye for now.